What's good, everybody? May is here, and it's never bad to hear about upcoming games. Here's my pick of the 10 best games to look forward to for May 2024. Starting off with number 10, Endless Ocean Luminous, coming to us from Arika Studios. Endless Ocean is a beautiful third-person exploration game. The original Endless Ocean was released on Wii all the way back in 2007, so fans of the series are getting a much-needed sequel. The game will attract a specific fan base, but fans of Subnautica should find enjoyment in Endless Ocean. As a scuba diver, you are set to explore the Veiled Sea, an unexplored region with discoveries that will change every time you dive in. You'll be able to discover and scan over 500 different species of marine life. You'll be able to play by yourself or in a group of up to 30 different people. You'll also be able to collect cosmetic items to update your scuba attire with color schemes and even emotes and stickers to show off to your friends. We can check out Endless Ocean when it releases on May 2nd for the Nintendo Switch. At number 9, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 from Bandai Namco Entertainment. The anime fighting game is getting a next-gen upgrade after its release in 2016. In Xenoverse 2, players create their own character to fight off enemies that threaten the Dragon Ball timeline as a member of the Time Patrol. The game has been a big success ever since it was released almost 8 years ago, selling over 10 million copies worldwide. Even after 8 years, the game still receives timely DLCs to keep everything fresh, adding more story, content, and abilities to test out. Xenoverse 2 has endless replayability due to its in-depth character customization, allowing you to test different builds to fit any playstyle you could ever imagine. I haven't played Xenoverse 2 in a couple years, but it gives me a good excuse to jump back in when it releases on May 24th for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series S and X. At number 8, MultiVersus from Player First Games. MultiVersus is the Warner Brothers take on the Super Smash Bros. Series, but in the Warner Brothers universe. After staying up in open beta for 11 months to very positive reviews on Steam, they took the game down in June of 2023 to prep for a full release. They rebuilt the game into Unreal Engine 5. They're also adding new stages and characters to the fold. They also added a PvE content to test your skills before jumping onto the stage to fight other players. Going around beating up characters from the Looney Tunes series and Scooby-Doo series is just a great concept, and I'm here for it. I never tried it when it was in open beta, so I'm excited to beat up Shaggy as Batman when the MultiVersus gets its full release on May 28th for the PlayStations, the Xboxes, and the PC. At number 7, Homeworld 3 from Blackbird Interactive. Homeworld is a sci-fi real-time strategy that takes place across the galaxy. Never played it in the original games, but it seems to be an RTS fan's dream come true. While the first two games were all about space travel, exploration, and non-stop battles, Homeworld will continue its award-winning storytelling where the hyperspace gate network begins falling apart and you drive into space to figure out what is happening while learning the mystery threatening your galaxy's future. Homeworld is adding to War Games, a 3-player co-op mode allowing you to enjoy their all-new roguelike gameplay. You take a random series of combat challenges while collecting powerful artifacts to power up your ships. Based on how well you do, you will unlock new fleets to push through this experience in the future. It is a different take on any RTS I've ever played, and the game has downright beautiful graphics. Homeworld 3 releases on May 13th for the PC. At number 6, The Rogue Prince of Persia, another Ubisoft game. The Rogue Prince is a side-scrolling, fast-paced roguelite where you play as the Prince of Persia. You explore a vibrant reinterpretation of Persia while mastering aerobatic moves and flowing seamlessly between platforming and combat. Explore around solving puzzles, discover new areas while finding new weapons and trinkets that give you special effects to create your own build. The game has a non-linear story progression on your challenging yet rewarding path to save Persia from a Hun invasion. The game seems to have an exciting gameplay and one of the best soundtracks I have ever heard. The Rogue Prince of Persia releases into early access on May 14th for the PC. At number 5, Paper Mario, the Thousand-Year Door from Intelligent System Studios. In the age of remakes, bring us a remake to Paper Mario from 2004. Paper Mario is an RPG adventure where you play as Mario on an adventure to find the treasure behind the Thousand-Year Door before the nefarious X-Nauts. The combat takes place on a stage-like arena where you use skills and earn badges to impress your audience. Mario has been cursed turning into paper, so this will allow you to use cursed abilities like turning into a paper airplane to cross big gaps or just turn sideways to fit through narrow openings. I've always had a soft spot for Mario, so I'm surprised I never tried the original, so I would definitely be checking out Paper Mario when it releases on May 23rd for the Nintendo Switch. At number 4, Nine Souls from Red Candle Games. Nine Souls is a Souls-like 2D action platformer. You play as Yi on its vengeful quest against the Nine Souls, formidable rulers of his Forsaken Realm, while you obliterate any obstacles that stand in your way, and what they are calling a Sekiro Light style combat. Nine Souls has fast-paced, brutal combat where you'll be slashing, parrying, and charging your enemies to stun them and blow them up with your special talisman. The game is all hand-drawn and built to be rich on story, where you will meet many interesting NPCs to help along your journey. Interacting them will unlock upgrades, new abilities, and useful technology. Nine Souls is a cool take on the 2D platformer, and and we can check it out when it releases on May 29th for the PC. At number 3, V Rising from Stunlock Studios. V Rising is an open world survival game where you play as a vampire on the hunt to regain your strength and evading the sun to survive. V Rising has been in early access since 2022 and is finally getting its release. V Rising has an addictive action combat where you have to aim your attacks and dodge incoming blows. You have an arsenal of weapons to create that you'll be using to hunt down world bosses to acquire their skills, and combining what you've learned and the weapons that you've made to make your own playstyle. The game has a pretty basic yet satisfying building system to create your ultimate castle. With the release of the full game, V Rising will bring an endgame area called Ruins of Mortium, pitting you against Dracula's Legion of Noctum, and rifts to conquer to claim exclusive rewards. They have also updated the entire world, improved lighting, and make more stuff to do throughout the world. V Rising is one hell of a game, and I'm excited to jump back into the fold when it gets its full release on May 8th for the PC and sometime later in the year for the PlayStation 5. At number 2, Ghost of Tsushima from Sucker Punch Productions. Ghost of Tsushima is an open-world, third-person action-adventure game with stealth elements added to it. In Ghost, you play as Jin in the 13th century during the Mongol Empire laying waste to the entire nation in their quest to conquer the East. As the last surviving member of his clan, Jin takes the fight to the Mongols to protect his people and reclaim his home. The game has beautiful graphics and very responsive combat controls. As you unlock skills and master the parrying system, you feel pretty much overpowered. The game also added a co-op mode called Legends a few years back, where you take on hordes of enemies while defending objectives. The game was released with cross-platforming, allowing you to team up with people on PlayStation with up to 3 other players to attack this game mode. I highly recommend this game to anyone when it releases on May 16th for the PC. Finally, at number 1, Hellblade 2 from Ninja Theory. Hellblade 2 is a third-person action-adventure that I would consider a psychological horror. Play as Senu in her brutal journey for survival through the Viking Iceland. Senu will face off with overcoming darkness within herself and monsters throughout the world. The first game was a well-crafted narrative experience revolving around mental health, and I expect them to continue it with the sequel. It was both great and terrifying, taking players on a journey into madness. The sequel will attempt to push those boundaries, and we can see how far they go when Hellblade 2 releases on May 21st for the Xbox Series and the PC. Thanks everybody for watching. That was my list of the 10 best upcoming games for May 2024. If you like this content and want to see more games coming out in the second half of 2024, you'll want to check out this video here. But with that out of the way, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.